Halo Combat Evolved, the game that started it all and defined an entire generation of first-person shooters. This is Halo Combat Evolved in 4 minutes. Master Chief is dethawed on the Pillar of Autumn whilst it's being attacked by the Covenant Fleet of Particular Justice led by the infamous Thelvadamy. The Autumn sustains too much damage and Chief is forced aboard a lifeboat which ends up crashing on Installation 04. Chief wakes up in the life pod and sets foot for the first time on a Halo installation. While searching for bands of Marines, he comes across foreign architecture new to humanity. Chief and Cortana locate 4 bands of Marines, one of which contains the legendary Sergeant Avery Johnson, before finding out that Captain Keyes has been captured by the Covenant and is currently being held on the Covenant battlecruiser Truth and Reconciliation. Chief and Fireteam Charlie are dropped off near the Truth and Reconciliation's gravity lift and have to fight through waves of Covenant forces on cliffsides. The team eventually reaches the gravity lift and are pulled up into the cruiser. After navigating alien corridors and following multiple nav points, they finally reach the bridge, where the captain's CNI transponder signal is strong. Chief chooses to journey alone to the brig, where he finds Keyes and his squad of Marines in cells. Keyes tells the Chief about how he overheard the Covenant saying the ring world was called Halo, and that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe. Cortana radios Foehammer for evac, however Keyes has to fly them out via Spirit, as Foehammer is currently being engaged. The Master Chief and Marines follow the Covenant to an island known to contain the map room for Installation 04. After exploring the Foreigner tunnels deep in the cliffside, Chief finds the map room and Cortana locates the ring's control room. After providing Foehammer with the coordinates of the map room, they travel through Halo's expansive tunnel network underground and are dropped off as close as possible to the control room. Chief and Cortana begin navigating more Forerunner tunnels, packed full of Covenant forces, before going through doors that open up to vast icy valleys. After acquiring a Warthog and, for the only time in the campaign, a Scorpion tank, they reach the control room. After some research, Cortana realises the weapons cache that Keyes is looking for will lead him straight to the Flood. Cortana stays behind as Chief goes to rescue him. Foehammer drops him off at Installation 04's flood containment facility, where Keyes was searching for the cache. After navigating eerie swamps and passing frenzied Covenant squads, Chief finds what remains of Keyes' squad and watches a videotape from Private Jenkins' helmet cam, which shows them releasing the Flood and being attacked by infection spores. He then fights his way back to the surface and meets 343 Guilty Spark, the monitor of the installation, who teleports him to the ring's library. Oh god, this mission. Chief is directed through flood-filled hallways by Spark to find the activation index, which is required to fire the Halo ring, which destroys all food for the Flood, causing them to starve to death and die out. By food, I mean us. Hardly the best plan. Chief is teleported back to the control room and proceeds to activate the ring, however Cortana stops him and tells him what happens if it's fired. Spark retaliates, sending Sentinels to kill the Chief. Guess who won? He commandeers a Banshee and begins searching the ravine for 3 phase pulse generators, which can be destroyed to delay the ring from firing. Once the third is destroyed, Cortana teleports the Chief back to the Truth and Reconciliation, after gaining intel that Keyes was trapped aboard the cruiser. Again. After battling through hordes of both Flood and Covenant, Chief reaches the bridge, where he finds what remains of Jacob Keyes. Keyes has been overwhelmed by the Flood, and has become part of a Flood proto-gravemind. Chief removes his neural implants, which contain the access codes for the Pillar of Autumn, and escapes by Banshee. Chief flies to its crash site and proceeds to destroy the ship's fusion reactors, detonating the ship and destroying the ring. He battles through familiar corridors, through Flood and Covenant, until he reaches a service elevator, containing a Spec Ops Covenant squad led by an elite, Zuka Zamami. This elite has actually been tracking Chief throughout the entire game, and meets a quick death in the elevator with the rest of his squad. RIP. Chief finds a Warthog and drives it through the exploding Autumn to get to the last longsword docked, just escaping the ring in time. Hey guys, thanks for reaching the end of the video and I hope you enjoyed. This video took a very long time to make, so if you did enjoy it then please drop it a like, drop me a comment on what you thought about it. If there's anything that I did miss then drop a comment and tell everyone in the comment section about it. And if you really enjoyed the video then subscribe. I make videos like this quite a lot and if this video gets a good enough reception I will definitely do one for Halo 2. So thanks for watching again, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in a bit.